That's one of the most fun days of the year for this program. You know, going on my 10th year, I still remember guys in our program right now, guys that have graduated, and they came through and they did the youth and feeder camp. It's something that, you know, every Friday night we ask our community to show up for us. And so anytime we get an opportunity to show up for them, we want to do that. It just goes back to everything that we're built on here. Just a true community bond, making sure that, you know, the Eagles that are coming up behind the ones that are here now are trained and ready to go, just like this crop was.
These are the kids that are going to be here in the next 5-10 years. So just giving back to them, make them just have a good time at Milton High School. Let them see the football players, let them be around, because that's what they look up to for real.
I feel like it meant a lot hosting the feeder camp, you know. Wearing the Milton Eagles jersey, I feel like it's an honor. We're not just representing the football team, but we're representing the community and the feeder program, you know. I feel like it gave us a great insight for the kids of what they're going to be walking into the next couple of years.
So, I mean, this community means a lot to me. I've been living here since I was like super young, and I mean, this community is just constantly poured into me, so it's only fair that I give back, and you know.
It meant a lot to see those kids just have a great time, give them feedback on like what they were doing and stuff, and just overall just like making friendships with them and just teaching them the game and making them happy.
Yeah, for me personally, just hosting this camp means a lot to me because of how much the community has done for me and done for the program. I feel like we got to give back to them and get these players better, and you know, they're the future of this program, and these are going to be the kids that are going to be fighting to get to state one day. So that's kind of what it's all about.
It meant a lot, you know. I remember when I was a little kid watching all the older guys, like high school, middle school, just going to the games on Friday nights and like playing on the sideline while people are playing. So it just meant a lot giving back to the community, because I know they look back up to us as football players in high school.
I think it's great for us to have a chance to get out here, support the people that support us all throughout the year, see what the future looks like, and just have a great time with the next generation of Eagles.
I feel like it's good to do this for the kids because, you know, they're going to be in our spot one day, and it's good for older people to teach them things they're trying to do and pursue in life. So I feel like that's why we host this camp, to help the kids.
It meant a lot, considering, you know, 8th grade wasn't that long ago. Definitely was cool to see like the upperclassmen like engaged in the drills. For sure was a cool experience to also like be the senior and be the one that is like being looked up to.
To me, and I can speak for the rest of the guys, it means a lot, especially to the whole team. People coming out supporting the community, and the kids coming out and come to this camp show that they really care about Milton football, they want to be a part of it. That's what we love to see.
I actually didn't realize that it meant so much until like afterwards it's all said and done, and you get like parents or kids that come up to you and recognize you, maybe in like a grocery store or just out and about at the Avalon or in public, and they remember, and you see the joy and the smiles and the listen to them talk about how much fun it was to them. So you don't really realize how that 2 hours out of your day kind of affect or impact them in a positive way. So it makes you feel good at the end of the day that you were able to give back in a way that's not monetary. It goes a long way with the family, the kids, and the community.
I feel like as a team, what we improved on is just like the memorization of the plays. I know in the first OTA, we kind of had miscommunication on the plays, but the second one, we definitely got it dialed down.
We definitely were cleaner schematically, which is, you know, natural whenever you have as many practices in between the OTAs like we did. But the biggest thing was just how we controlled ourselves. You know, our reaction to things, it didn't really matter. We got to be a team that no matter what happened the play before, we brush it off, we flush it, so to speak, and we start worrying about the next thing. We can't get caught up in little details that don't matter, or details that can't be changed and especially do things that will hurt the team. So I saw an increase in just discipline as individuals, as in discipline within the units. So that made me very proud because it's something that I challenged them on after the first OTA.
One thing that impressed me is, like, I was talking to Coach Willingham and he asked me about a couple players and I was like, they just got better, you know what I mean? So like just from like communication to like just getting lined up, not making like just small mistakes, you know, that could potentially hurt you down the line. I just think that they're continuing to grow. And like I said, we got young guys that are playing new positions and they're being asked to do a lot with the staff. And so I think that just putting it all together, I mean, you're gonna have some mistakes OTA 1. And so the thing that we want to look for is like improvement, but they're just peaking at the right time. And I feel like that's going to be really good for the program. I think we're going to get a lot out of young guys that haven't played a lot, but I think they have a chance to be really special.
I'd say on the defensive side of the ball, we were a lot more physical the second OTA, and coverage-wise, I think we did a lot better. We got to our zones. I think communication too, safeties were talking to the linebackers to the corners, stuff like that.
We did better like communicating wise and like being more poised on the field and not like letting our emotions get the best of us. You know, some people like spike the ball or like celebrate it, but we celebrate as a team together instead of like celebrating just by ourselves.
I feel like we made a lot of improvements. You know, the coaches was telling us like the first OTA, I feel like we wasn't like all in position. So I feel like they aligned us, put us in the right position, which caused us to make plays in the second OTA. So I feel like we did a better job at that.
At the OTA, we had 30 days away from the season. And I think we had a good team chem from 30 days away from the actual season, but we definitely still had a lot of work on. So like during these next practices, I think we're gonna keep putting the work in and just get better and better.
We're getting better and better as a brotherhood. You know, last year, some people didn't feel like all the way as a brotherhood. So we got injuries all the time. So, you know, I just want to see how this season plays out. I'm ready to play every team, you know, get back on some teams we lost to.
Yeah, knowledge is power. And, you know, there's a lot of money in the college football game right now. And we have players that are going to have access to that money. And we just want to make sure that our parents, our players, all have the most updated information possible so that they can maximize whatever talents or deals that they may be getting. It changes every single year. So every single year we have to do multiple of these events. But, you know, just making sure that whenever our player or parent is in these negotiation rooms, they know exactly what to expect and, you know, they don't get bullied around a little bit. But at the same time, all that is just really good financial knowledge, even if you're negotiating a contract outside of sports. So just trying to continue to run a program that whether you play college football or not, you're going to have the knowledge that you need to go and succeed within your realm. And so I wanted to make sure everybody had the opportunity to sit in on that.
From the NIL seminar, I learned a lot about the promise money, which I actually have never heard about because I thought it was just all from the school. I made sure to tell my dad about it because I was like, this is definitely something I need to know.
I feel like we learned a lot from the NIL seminar and the media training. I feel like the NIL seminar, Win Sports Agency, taught us a good understanding of the difference between guaranteed money and promise money and helping us brand, like, you know, branding early. I feel like that'll set us up for the future. So I feel like they did a good job of explaining that to us.
The media training was good. You know, I worked with Ms. Nikki last year and she taught me some stuff about like eye contact and speaking like louder, pronunciating more words and stuff. So I think it was good. It helped like some of the younger guys that never done it before. It helped them out when they did the media training. So
the media training right after was really good for me. I was in the one previously the year before and I didn't really do a good job with it. But when she came back, like I kind of prepared before a little bit. So when she came back and she interviewed me, I was kind of prepared. I still made a little hand movements and stuff like that, but she fixed it while we were doing the interview.
Miss Nikki Palmer did a good job of teaching us like the do's and don'ts, making sure we land the plane, eye contact, not fidgeting with ourselves. So I feel like she did a good job of making sure we're ready for when we get interviewed. Because, you know, I wasn't really that much of a public speaker. I was more to myself. So I feel like with her speaking and helping me understand the do's and don'ts with interviewing, I feel like that helped me a lot.
Yeah, it's, you know, it can be intimidating whenever a camera's put in your face as a player. And, you know, we have some really, really dynamic players. And if we play a TV game, like I told them, one of them is going to be snatched from the handshake line and the microphone and the camera is going to go live. So you want to make sure that, you know, we train them in anything and everything that could possibly happen, because they are somewhat of a brand, and you want to make sure that if they get one shot in front of the camera, they market themselves and carry themselves and the program well. And if we don't help them, it's not their fault, right? You have to practice something to be great at it. So it's always fun because, you know, the guys have to get up and interact with each other and do the mock interviews, but by the end, they say that it always helps out a lot.
No, I had no idea the Army was coming. You know, me being new to the Milton culture, I didn't really know what to expect with team bonding. So I was asking a couple of my teammates, you know, like, what will we be doing for team bonding? You know, the common answer was main event, eating. So when I seen the Army there, I was kind of like, this is going to be intense.
I didn't have a clue. Like, I didn't know what we were doing. I thought we were going to do a sudden change like we did in the past and go to Dave & Buster's. But doing the Army is like something I've always wanted to do. Like, I think I've seen South Carolina do it and it looks awesome on video, but it definitely doesn't feel awesome when you're doing it.
No, that was a big shock. I think a few of the guys were thinking Dave & Buster's main event, but nope, we had the opportunity to hang out with those guys.
I didn't really know that they were coming, but like before picture day, everybody was like saying in the locker room that they were coming. So I thought they were just joking and stuff. But once they got there, I just had to like lock in and do whatever they wanted me to, because it was no escaping it. So it was either do it or just walk out the field. Like, I wasn't gonna do that. So it wasn't really that hard, but the only part that was really hard is just the warm up and everybody just following directions, like being perfect on what they tell us to do. But once we got into like the courses and like the ammunition presses, all that stuff was pretty easy.
That was one of the hardest workouts I've ever done. I don't really think we knew what we were getting into. I mean, when they showed up, we thought it was going to be something, but we didn't expect this one.
The workouts were like, the start of the workout was hard, but as you got into it and like you kind of like worked as a team, it wasn't really that hard. It was kind of easy as soon as you got the team going.
I mean, when they showed up, we didn't really know what we were getting into. But, you know, the warm-up started, it was hard, but, you know, we just had to push through and keep going and fight with our brothers.
It's attention to detail. You got to pay attention to small detail. Small detail take you a long way, I'm trying to tell you.
It was pretty hard for sure, and definitely something that no one was expecting. But it was definitely more like a testament to our mental rather than, like, physically it was also hard, but it was also fun at times too.
The stuff we just did, that might have been the hardest stuff I ever did in my life. Some stuff I never did before, I never think I was gonna do before. But it got everybody better, got me better, got DBs better, got everybody, the whole team better.
I feel like it was pretty intense, you know, but I feel like it was definitely needed for the team so we could come together as a team. And I feel like with that Army workout, it's gonna help us fight through adversity through the season. But I also want to give a shout out to Nato. You know, he helped us a lot with the conditioning and helping us stay composed to the team. So without him, I feel like we haven't been prepared at all for the Army workout.
Well, you know what? When I first saw the Army, I thought, man, this is gonna be great. I mean, we're gonna get together and all. But then we got out here. It really shows how our brotherhood is bonded very strongly. I mean, we became even stronger today. And I want to appreciate all the Army sergeants coming out here today.
I mean, you know, this team, I've always said we're gonna be built different. And those words are easy to say, but you have to actually do it. You know, historically, we've gotten on the bus, gone to the main event, and called it team bonding. But this team's going to be built different. We gotta show up ready for war, ready for battle from game one. So who better to do that than the guys from the Army? But also, too, when I met with the seniors, one of the biggest things they said that we had to improve on was just as a team, attention to detail. As a team, continuing to bond better and faster. And everything that they did that day helped in that. And also they were pushed to new limits. You know, a lot of kids achieved and did things that day that they didn't think was possible whenever it first started. But we showed them that, you know, whatever mental limitations you put on yourself, take those away. You truly can do more than you think, and you can go further than you think. And I hope that those lessons carry onto the field whenever we're in a heated battle, a tough game, maybe a game that goes into overtime.